Good morning, good afternoon, good evening for wherever you may be, and welcome back to more of the Super Mario Bros. 3 Randomizer Tournament here on Speed Gaming 3. My name is the Crazy Dude, and I will be your guide for this Swiss matchup between DannyPSpeed and AngelicJade14. Both are 1-1 and hoping to advance further up in the ranks. So let's just get to it, shall we? We should be getting underway in just a moment. I already see some people calling for typical world starts like reverse world order. Come on, that feels like it's too old hat. As for me, let's start off with something fun. Let's say 3. I'm thinking it's going to be 3. Looks like the countdown started and we will be underway very, very shortly. And what do we start off with? It is going to be 6. Okay. Ooh, right off the bat, Jade's using a power up since these are the game 1 flags for Swiss. We're giving a little bit of insurance for power ups where you'll be starting off with a leaf, a mushroom, and a fire flower, and we have 6-1 right here with the fire enemy set. Oh, speak of the devil, fire. Expect anything to be randoed? Yeah, that's right. But under these flags, the levels are just shuffled within themselves, within their respective worlds right now. We'll get to the more fun stuff a little later. Ooh, and now we see a World 2 level. That means there's not the typical 3 forts here, and Jade buying the farm there. Trying it again with a leaf, not checking for the other tile. And Danny's gonna go get an extra item from taking on the boomerang bro. It's the music box. We'll see how handy it comes in later. Ooh, not again for Jade. Oh, and now we have 6-6 for Danny. And best and worst of all, it's a force draw. Taking a hit in the water portion. Ooh, what's that cheap gonna do? Ooh. Didn't know that could happen. Just waited for the star to come down for Danny, and it kind of paid off. Was able to handle that latter portion of the water section. Let's see what happens next. Wanting that shell to probably take out that cheap right there, leaping out. And Danny wants some extra lives, I think. Couldn't get him, though. Gets 1 for the trouble, though. And 1 is always better than none. Looking like a match check. And Danny's proceeding to play against the Boomerang Bros here. Not a particularly good arena, though, for it, but makes good use of it and was able to handle it just fine. Jade now in 6-6 and struggling maybe a little. Danny going in for another, and it's Boomerang Bros again. Gotta be careful, though. There you go. And another one up from the box. And a hammer we see. Pipe check. Ooh, this looks to be a free 6. No, it's not. It requires a bridge. Goes in with a star. First box is a star. Finally, he's big again. Ooh, good tuck. Looks like Jade is out of 6-6. 2 hits, 3 hits on Boom Boom. But each with these current flags, the Boom Boom's health is randomized each time. Oh, and DannyPSpeed lucks out with the right fort needing to be taken out. As he's now onto the World 1 airship. 1 hit for Lemmy, 2 hits for Lemmy, 3 hits for Lemmy, 4 hits for Lemmy, it's 5! There we go. And about 443 on the screen flash there. And pretty good start so far, all things considered. Be interesting to see what happens next, and if that hammer comes into play to break a lock sooner or later, because under these flag sets, we don't know if it'll break the lock or not. And if it does, the next that'll determine the flags for the next game. And looks like there's a bridge needing to be built. And it seems like the answer could very well be on that far side for World 4. Danny unsure, instead going to 4-3. Ooh. Tanks a hit there, but maintains speed. Handles it no problem at all. So what now? Maybe was thinking the music box, perhaps? Takes on the Hammer Bro instead. Gets a star. He's gonna try the fort on the left first. And it is 4F1. Star runs out, decides to tank the hit. Looks out, and there's a mushroom right there. Oh, I always love that tuck jump right there. One hit on Boom Boom, and moment of truth. Let's see if we got to play a few more levels. Ooh, Jade, takes a fall. Ooh, it does build the bridge. Gets another cloud. That's at least 2 clouds by my count that we've seen so far. Maybe 3. Oh my! Jade is taking a game over. That's rather unfortunate. Ooh, that's not what you like seeing. Meanwhile, Danny is onto face Iggy. 2 hits, 3 hits, 4 hits, and that's all. Okay, so we've seen 6, we've seen 4. Let's split the middle. Let's go 5. It's 7 instead. And it looks like we have pipe checks aplenty. Ooh. Probably gonna see whether or not hammers break locks here. And we have the abandoned fort, 6F1. Or 7F1. 7F1. Or Danny deciding maybe not this right now. Or puts on a tail. That works too. Meanwhile, Jade opting for some extra items. Jade also opting to use the hammer to break the rock. Because it goes right over there, back to the airship. Let's see now. Ooh, okay. So the abandoned fort broke the lock on that bottom middle. And we got pipes for days. Let's see if we find ourselves the room with a view. No? We're back to bottom middle. Where does this go? Hey, it's the room with a view, but we need a bridge built in front of that piranha. Uh-oh, Jade's still having trouble. Ooh, it's 7-1. Say, folks, I bet you they get it on the first try. You just watch. These are all warm-ups. Don't you worry. Okay, I might be over-exaggerating a little because Danny's got tail, but he'll still get this first try. I bet ya. Meanwhile, Jade finally out of 6. See, first try every time for Danny. Even if it was a little difficult with tail. Ooh, and now we have Piranha Fort. Ooh, wow! Very nicely done there with the tail. Can't seem to miss. Such a clean first room for Piranha Fort for Danny. Tanks the hit, doesn't need the tail anymore. 1 hit for Boom Boom, 2 hits for Boom Boom, 3 for Boom Boom, 4 is enough. And an elevated orb grab to save a little time. And we know that built the bridge on the far right. It's just a matter of getting over there. Oh no! Into the pit for Jade! Is this perhaps the answer? No? Probably this lower left. There we are. Ooh, that is the jail cell. Oh, it's the Nipper set! I'm willing to bet he's noping out to cloud this one. Double cloud? Maybe music box? Oh, he's gonna opt for a much better level in the form of the Great Maze, though. Seemed like Danny was debating whether or not to double cloud and music box. Oh, didn't even notice the Angry Sun was there for Great Maze. It's out of the way, though. Jade using their music box. Meanwhile, Danny wants the item from the Piranha stage. Let's see what it is. Just a star, but you can never have too many of those. Jade going bottom path strats in 4F1. And Danny, one hit for Danny, trying to go for fire strats. It was 2 hits, but I think that was enough fireballs? I can't tell. I think it was only 2 hits. Danny just flying today. Okay, what's next? Now's the time for 5, I think. No? It's 2. Ooh. See the 4, play the 4, and it's door 6. Yeah, 3F1. Danny opts for door 5 for a quick power-up, though. Ooh, takes a hit. Was a bit too impatient there, or maybe thought they had it. But they have it now. And we're on to the pyramid. Handling that very nicely. Just one more obstacle and a hammer bro, and they're on their way again. And now we're on to 2-1 with what appears to be the throat with the Patooey and throat. Whoa, Fire Nipper set even. Gotta be careful. Not opting for the power up there in the middle. But they're fine. Let's see. Jade realizes it. Ooh, this was a 3-4-2. And we're on to 2-3. Meanwhile, Jade, realizing that it is indeed the jail cell, and not wanting to give up the power-up, is just playing it normal. Ooh, gets the clip through the first part. Very nicely done by Jade. Now, because of the placement of one of the locks, perhaps that other lock is maybe on the far right side, for Desert Hill, and could be the World 1 for it. Whoa, what was that slide right there? Regardless, Danny handling it no problem. Wanting more items. Interesting that they're opting for that one. It's another star. Use a star for a star. That's okay, I guess. And no surprise there, using another star for a star. Well, using another star, but getting a P-Wing this time. Should be no problem. And it's Airship 5, the Cannon Gauntlet. Let's see. Only one hit for Morton. One 2006, I believe, on the screen flash. I want to say 3. Another hammer. Could we see double hammer strats here? Pipe check first, so maybe not. Is this the answer, or is it the one on the far right? Neither are the answer. So, that means it's got to be on the first screen, then. Right there in the middle. And hammers do indeed break locks, so we know what that means for our second race later. Another Fire Bros go down. P-Wings, P-Wing goes up for Danny in their inventory. Ooh. And it's Airship 7. Not a bad time for that, but then, proceeds to lose it. Should be fine with this middle section here. Handling it pretty well. Let's see how Wendy handles things. Uh-oh. Takes an immediate hit. But there was only one hit for Wendy, so Danny lucks out there. Now it's Jade's turn to get it done on the first try. Still might be difficult with a tail, but never say never, right? Anyway, I think it's time for 5. It is indeed time for 5. And it's a forced draw. And it's Super Tanks. Be curious to see whether or not Danny decides to go straight for the next fort, or does a pipe check, to see what's awaiting up top. Wow. Okay, so we do have a pipe check. Ooh, and it seems like the correct answer is to go through the paradox pipe on the right side. Even Danny's realizing, yeah, that's pretty straightforward. And we have 6F3. Let's see how the elevator behaves. Super favorable enemy set. Handles it no problem. One hit for Boom Boom, another elevated orb grab to save some extra time. It's always nice to be able to do that when the arena allows for it. Maybe a cloud here? Yeah, cloud and music box makes sense to me. Here comes the paradox. There you go. And it's Airship 3, I believe. No, Airship 4, excuse me. Ooh, here we go. One hit for Roy, and it's heavy. 2 hits. 3 hits. 4 hits is all it takes. And all that's left is 1. So feels like it could be at least a 2-Fort-1. We'll soon see, but still. No, only the 1. But it looks like we'll be playing it to break the lock right in front, because this is the World 1 fort. As nice as the item would be, gotta go fast. Looks like they tried one time for the clip here, but no dice this time. Very nice finish there for Danny. Getting the initial stun hit on Boom Boom and then finishing it off with fireballs. Danny opting for the rock to the right. Very nicely done. And a hammer right there. That's a funny joke, game. But we'll soon enough be on our way to Bowser's Castle, as we have our final airship to take care of before then, and it's Airship 2. Let's see, Heavy Larry, 2 hits, 3 hits. This might be a fire finish. 4 hits. It's 5. There you go. And just like that, we're already on our way to 8. So, okay, chat. It's time to ask that age-old question. How many bridges? Now, we're sub 30, so I have to think this has been a bit too smooth. I want a little bit of carnage. I want 3. Gets one more P-Wing from the letter, and there's a tank tile, and it ends up being World 2 fort. Okay, I see a 1, I see a 2. No one being bold and saying 4. Looked like Jade was trying to go for door 3 strats there, if I had to guess. Meanwhile, Danny takes care of World 2 fort no problem. Opting for the free pipe right there, hoping it doesn't go anywhere else. Hand bridge looks loaded, and if you said 4, you're out. Finds the way to the hand bridge and plays the fort that's there. Handling it no problem against all those rocky wrenches. No problem against Boom Boom. Had the distance. Well, that clearly wasn't the answer. Oh. I guess we picked up an anchor at some point, and they are... I think they were either P-Wings or a leaf. Ooh. Danny's saying no to 8-1 and instead going for hand 3. Let's see if it pays off. Because it could be out. Because if it doesn't, he'll have to play that one anyway. Oh, he gets a P-Wing back for his trouble! Alright, let's see where this pipe goes. Dark Maze? Dark Maze. Okay, if you said 3, you're out. Now we have a pipe check. Goes to the left side of the pipe of the Dark Maze. Think it might be time to play some levels. Oh, pipe on the right in the Dark Maze. I think I saw that before. It's a path. We have the path to Bowser. So Danny will be on his way soon. Just gotta make sure you watch your step going up, because it's always tough. Gets the gimme clip. Let's see if they go for the mac and cheese though. Goes for it once. Goes for it again. Keeps trying. Gets it. First try every time. And just as a reminder that this fight is no longer as much of a gimme as it once was, because the hitboxes have been corrected for all the Koopalings and Bowser. So you actually have to do this the intended way, instead of just hovering over his head. Hovering underneath his head, rather. But regardless, ladies, gentlemen, and others, please get your GGs out in chat for DannyPSpeed, because they will have taken race number 1 in this Swiss series. And the official time for that? 31:58. Meanwhile, let's check in on Jade and see what's going on over there. Looks like they've been able to recover nicely after the early hiccups in 6. Looks like they're still continuing on, like we would love them to. Walking along the top of the cannon gauntlet, no problem. Handles it easily. Yeah, that's right, folks. Keep cheering on Jade, because we're far from done. Once Jade finishes up this seed, we still have another one we'll be playing as part of these Swiss matchups. Jade immediately finding the way. So they'll pick up a little bit of time, which will go a long way to help in the seeding for the bracket round. Jade really is recovering from that not too strong start. See if they immediately decide. If Jade immediately goes for the other fort. No, they're going for the pipe check as well up top. Jade opts to play the levels. Interesting. Ooh. Watch yourself. There you go. Seems like Jade was thinking Cloud, but instead it's the diagonal disaster of 5-9. I mean, it doesn't seem that bad. It's just slow, is all. But just manage okay, and you just don't miss your jumps, and you'll be fine. And gets it no problem. Building up PSpeed to skip across everything. right, and now Jade is on to, on to 5 or on to 1 next. So they'll be on to Bowser soon. Let's see what happens here. Now, because Jade doesn't have the use the hammer on World 3, we might instead see them cloud over one of the levels. I think they could only clear cloud over one level. But it shouldn't be too big of a deal. Oh, they have 2! But they are choosing to play one of them. And we have 1-4. Yeah, 1-4. 1-4. Fire Snake set, though. Gotta be careful. Pretty sure Jay didn't want those fireworks for the 5-up, but this is the world we live in now. There's the hammer you could have used a moment ago. Yeah, that's what I thought was gonna happen. In we go. 1 hit. 2. Oh, that was weird. Oh, they got stunned. 2 hits. 3 hits. 4 hits. 5 hit Larry. And now Jade will be on to World 8, so almost to the end. Gotta cheer him on. Anything useful here? Absolutely! Gotta be careful with this room here, because if you come in with a tail, you don't want to fly all the way to the top, because you can get spiked. Jade gets through that, no problem. How was the seed? I think there will be differing opinions on it. That's about the best way I can put it, Cal. That seemed rather uncharacteristic. Jade should be still fine, though. Just gotta watch your jumps and where the rocky wrenches throw their wrenches. Yeah, it really is about rhythm. Also, you want to be... When you're normally playing that one, you don't want to fly too far up, because I learned one time that if you try to fly over the top in Air Force, you just sloop around to the other side, and you end up reaching the pit side of the bottom. We saw Danny skip 8-1. Jade able to do it no problem, with a P-Wing. Jade immediately gonna find the answer, so that'll be reassuring to know. Having a little fun, I see, since it's the very end. Jade trying one time for the clip there, doesn't get it. Be careful here. Up the steps. Should be no problem. Let's... Gets the clip, no problem. Are they gonna go through the final room? Ooh. Oh, almost reached it there. I feel like trying to do that is frame perfect. I don't know, but it seems like you would need a bit of precision. And Jade just saying, yeah, I should probably just commit to lower path. Okay, here we go. No lasers in this first part. Let's see how the fire... Oh, there's a laser there. Let's see about the fireballs. And that one isn't too bad. That one isn't too bad either. That, however, was pretty nasty. No troll laser, though. Jay just needs to remember to be careful about this. Ooh, takes a hit from the fireball there. Gonna have to be extra careful now. Oh no! What did I just say? Come on, Jade. I want to see you get this. The whole crowd would love to see you get it, too. How could I? Look, just because I rolled this seed doesn't mean everything's my fault. Let's see how forgiving Top Path is. The one laser there. An okay first fireball. An okay second fireball. An okay third and fourth. No troll laser. Alright, once more with feeling, Jade. Let's do this. Ooh. Moved a bit too early. Should have no problem this time, though. Moved a little too early again, but shouldn't be a problem. And I feel like Jay will just tank this last hit. Or is able to get it right there. Ladies, gentlemen, and others, please get your GGs out for Angelic Jade, for they're finally gonna wrap up this seed. It was a bit of a rough start, but Jade pulls through. Official time, 50 minutes, 22 seconds. Okay. We have a little bit of time. We need a little bit of time to go ahead and get the next race set up. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and take a break. But when we come back, we will have race number 2 in this Switch matchup. So don't go anywhere. Alright, 50 minutes, 22 seconds. 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 50 All right, and we are back and ready to get underway for race number 2 of this Switch matchup. And just a reminder, if you've liked anything of what you've seen so far, please make sure to give our runners a follow, because they would greatly appreciate it. And I'm sure they would have a lot of other fun stuff they would love to show to you. And while you're at it, if you're inclined, you're welcome to give me a follow too, but don't forget about the other Speed Gaming channels, because there's always something going on, and make sure you visit speedgaming.org for that. But real quick, we're on to race number 2. Hammers don't break locks, and we have beta stages, and we have all the levels shuffled within each other, so we're ready for a bit more chaos. So let's, with that said, where do we go first? Because I'm thinking it's going to be 6 again. I think it's 6 again. Four. Okay. Well, this is no surprise. Gotta build a bridge and break a lock. Wow, double force draw. Gotta do some work. Getting some early items, though. Jade taking no chances here this time. Jade wanting a couple extra items. Let's see what Danny does. Immediately goes over here, sees a World 3 stage, Boss Bass. Are we gonna see maybe the early exits? Yeah, we are. They're going for the item. This could prove to be very interesting if Jade does not go for it. What's it gonna be? It's a hammer suit! Ooh, that's a big swing if Jade does not go for it. Here's the first of 2 forts we gotta play. We have the Navy. Meanwhile, let's see what Jade does. Ooh, with the way they were going for the vine there, maybe they're thinking the item as well. Yes, they are. They're going to be able to get their hammer suit as well. And now we have Air Force. Danny keeping his rhythm. Gets to boom boom. Let's see how that goes. 1 hit, 2 hits, and that's all. And everything should be taken care of on the far left. But Danny is going to go ahead and go for the coin ship, because why not? Ooh, they are collecting the coins. They want some extra lives. Maybe 1 extra life. Doesn't go for the hidden block by the pipe. So, interesting. Now we're probably gonna... Yeah, that's what I thought. It's Airship 4. Gets through it, no problem. It's 353 on screen flash, exiting the 4. 3. Let's see 3. Got another anchor, and it's 7. Pipe checks. Let's see where they go. Well, that doesn't help. Let's see about that other pipe, though. And a fort in the lower left corner there. Ooh, it was evidently Heavy Iggy. More pipes to check. This time, they're at the top middle. Back to the bottom left. Do we see the room with a view again? Not yet. There's 2 forts on the bottom. Ooh, very nice to take advantage of the screen scroll there to dodge the piranha. We find the way, but there is a fort to beat to get along the way. Ooh. Most unfortunate there for Danny. Yeah, it happens at least once, I like to think. Ooh, almost fell in again. Ooh, meanwhile, we see Jade having to deal with, I believe, it's either 7-4 or 7-5. I can't remember which. Regardless, they're gonna get 7-6. Thank you, chat. Thank you. First try for Jade there at 7-6. Looked like Danny was given serious debate about using the hammer suit for 2 fort. Ooh, someone's gonna have the right answer. Because Jade is at 1 fort, and Danny's at the other. More door 3 chicanery, it appears? Or maybe they were hoping to find a leaf in there, and that's why they went door 3. Let's see, who's got the right answer? It's gonna be... It's gonna be Danny! And the anchors this time around are Tanukis. Very nicely done to dodge those fire chomps. Yeah. Do we have a music? No, we don't have a music box, but Danny's just gonna go in with the star. Should be no problem here. And what do we have for our trouble? A P-Wing. And now we have Airship 2. Handles it no problem. Let's see. 2 hits for Ludwig. 3 hits is all it is. 8:53 on screen flash. Be interesting to see what's next. We've already seen 4. We just saw 7. I'm going to say it's 6. No, it's 3. And we see a lock there. So, a little work to be done. As we go into 5-1 for Danny. So, given that Jade played an extra stage, I can't tell if there was a cloud acquired at some point and if it was used or not. I'm sure someone will correct me on that. Or maybe it was just the routing of the pipes. Let's see now. Is this the way? No, I'm thinking it's gonna have to be Piranha Fort. That's the answer. Tanks a couple hits. Gotta be careful now. See if there's a power-up in this box. Luckily, there is. Now, are they going to tank the hit here? Yes. Gonna have to be careful, though. Once more. 1 hit. 2 hit is all it is. Uh-oh. Get in the pipe, Jade. Get in the pipe! There you go. From all indications, this is a 1-Fort-3. Ooh. It's a beta level, and that looked like an uncharacteristic happening there for Danny. Curious to just use the P-Speed to get big again and then just burn it immediately. Okay, is this middle pipe the answer? Sure is. And now we're on to the cannon gauntlet. Let's. Ooh, fire finish for Danny on Wendy. Well done. Ooh, evidently it was a high jumper Ludwig as well on Jade's side. 12:39 on screen on exit for Danny. Okay. I'm thinking it's either 5 or 6. I'm going to say 5. 2. Okay. And and now we have this stage where we were just in 3. Speaking of 3, Jade is now in 3. It's going to be a lava fort to break this lock. Fire finish on Danny's side, no problem. And we have another beta stage. A rather straightforward one, too. Well, that's a useless pipe. We have a hammer though, so that'll help. Getting through that rock. Danny memeing on us a little, I think. Taking a sock to the face while and then immediately getting their fire back. Time for round 2. Alright, what next? It is 4-3. Ooh. Ooh. Going fast. Wow, that looked so smooth. Like a hot knife through butter. Yeah, Danny's done with 4-3. On to the next airship. It is Airship 1. Let's see what happens next. Ooh. 2 hits for Morton. Jade looking to play it a bit conservatively. Maybe not so much now. I say that, and they proceed without the star now. Okay. Is it finally 5's time? Or am I thinking 6? Maybe I'll be wrong, it'll be 1. I'm thinking 5. 5! And it's a forced play to build the bridge. As we go into 2-1. Looking to be giant enemy set. Jade handling Wendy no problem. And once again we have the Great Maze on Danny's side. Are they trying to go for clip strats? Guess not. Maybe trying it one time and just didn't get it. Danny out of the Great Maze, and wisely doesn't go for the extra lives. Equips a star to go into block frame for it. Meanwhile, Jade does take some extra lives. Oh yeah, that is something that can happen. I was calling the Dr. J set of races earlier this week, and that's something that happened too. Okay, it's going to be a forced climb up the tower, and now we have 2-2. Loses fire, but shouldn't be a problem. Music box. Yep, I figured that would happen. You need some P-Speed if you hope to get into that pipe. There you go. You got it. Ooh, almost got hit there. Through the first screen, no problem. Through the second screen, no problem. Third screen isn't an issue either. Now it's just on to the sky. What do we have to deal with? Ooh, rolling up right next to the castle. I think our runners will like that. Tries one time for the airship 6 clip. Doesn't get it. Moves on. Heavy Roy, that's nothing new. 2 hits for Roy though. That's one we'll take every time. You forgot your line, you say. I think that's the wrong line, too. Ooh, let's see. It is a 2-fort 1. And it's 8-fort to start off. Let's see if we get 1 cycle here. With a name like DannyPSpeed, I would hope they go 1 cycle. They sure do! Meanwhile, commands in chat for Jade. And we see hand 1 now on Danny's side. Be curious to see what's over here. At the exit pipe. Don't know what they're trying to do here. Oh, I see. Ooh, went high, but so did the sledge. Ooh, hammer suits in the hand stages. Ooh, that's a you'll love to see it there. And now it's on to 2-3. With the giant enemy set. Whoops. There you go. Okay, let's see what's next. P-wing from the Fire Bros, but shouldn't be no problem. And Danny just flying across no problem. That middle section of Airship 7. Ooh, 2 hits for Larry. 3 hits for Larry, and that's all. $24.36 on screen flash. Alright, it's finally time to go to 6. And from everything I'm able to surmise, it's going to be it is going to be a normal 3-4-6. And we have 3F2, the underwater fort. I know some like to meme about this particular fort too, but it feels like everyone likes to meme about at least one fort in this game. Ooh. Looks like we're gonna have a couple of pipe checks to see what happens. Here we go. Oh, what? How disappointing. All 4... Those pipes are useless right now. And now we have 6F3. Let's see if we get another good elevator. Yes, only one rogue hotfoot, but should be all right. It stayed all the way to the right. Ooh, Danny taking no chances. Oh, Danny's going for it! Let's see what happens. Gets to let me know problem. Should be okay. Fire finish. All right, it's that time again, folks. We need to know, how many bridges are we gonna need to build? Danny's flying today, so I gotta say it's gotta be at least 2. So I'll say 2. 5. Someone's got some jokes. Seeing a couple 2s in there, yeah, that's respectable. Someone's saying 3. Okay, let's see what we got. No lock on the first screen, so 4 is still alive. And now we have 4F2, aka Donuts. Ooh, that looked particularly nasty, but Danny handled that pretty beautifully to just weave all across those boos. -1. That's... I respect it, but I'm disappointed by it that someone would say -1. Okay, so I saw that we went to the hand bridge a moment ago. 4 is out because of that lock. What do we got next? We have the Dark Maze. We find another lock, so 3 is now out. Let's see. What's this other side have? Another pipe. Let's see what it goes to. It's the way forward, but there's a bridge that needs to be built. Will this be the one? Danny going fast. Danny evidently going too fast if they needed that mushroom. Okay, moment of truth time. Will this build the bridge? It does not. Back in we go. Looked like it broke the lock here on the left side of the dark maze. Which would easily explain why Danny was able to go to escalator for it and speeding along. Let's see. Looks like they tried one time for the clip. Let's see if this is the one. I think it's safe to say there was no other locks on the dark maze screen. That wasn't the answer either. Okay, and we find super tanks now on the fort tile. Meanwhile, Jade is sneaking up a little because of all the equalizing going on for Danny. Okay, is this the answer, perhaps? There's only one other spot that's left. That's the dark maze, but that's absolutely it. Danny is on his way, equipping a hammer suit. Tries for the clip, but doesn't get it. Shouldn't be a problem. Up the stairs we go. Nails the clip. Let's see if they go for the big deal clip though. Tries once. Tries again. First try every time. So don't blink or you'll miss it. Because Bowser's going to be on the screen and then gone before you know it. Hello, Bowser. Goodbye, Bowser. Where did Bowser go? I feel like chat got cheated out of that. Ladies, gentlemen, and others, please get your GGs out in chat for DannyPSpeed, because they're gonna win this second race. What are you waiting for, Danny? There you go. Official time for Danny for this second race, 33:12. Now let's take the time to cheer on Jade for the end. Ooh. Meanwhile, we'll also see about getting Danny in here for an interview. we're still efforting Danny for a moment. Meanwhile, Jade's gonna be getting close to out of 6 soon. Ooh. What did Danny end up skipping? It doesn't look like it was good. And now we are joined by DannyPSpeed. Danny, you were just on fire from the word go.
Yeah, I was able to actually get some nice practice done before the race this week. I've been pretty out of practice. My routing in week 1, game 2 was pretty, made that pretty abundantly clear. So I'm pretty happy today with all the routing choices that I made, because there were some decisions in some of the worlds that had to be made, and I'm pretty sure I made the most optimal one. So I'm pretty happy with that. So yeah, it was. There were a couple pretty good seeds. A little janky to start in the first seed. It took 20 minutes. My split was 20:01 after the first 4 worlds, and I had a somewhat of an outside shot of sub-30ing it by the end of it. So a little janky in the beginning. Turned out to be a little faster at the end, but nothing too terrible for both the seeds.
So you can say without any hesitation that you greatly enjoyed both of them.
I don't know about greatly enjoyed. The first one had a 6-6 and a 7-5 I had to play, but I love all the seeds. Yeah, that's safe to say.
Yeah, I more meant of it didn't give you too much trouble.
Nope. The scariest moment was probably the 6-6 in the beginning, just with limited power-ups and stuff, and then I did slip off and took one intentional death in one of the bullet bill stage. But
that was 8-1 at the end of the first seed, I believe.
Oh, that was intentional. I clouded that.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
This was in the second seed.
Gotcha. I wasn't sure if it was one or the other. Yeah. So you now move to 3-1. So you're back up there, among the upper echelon, so to speak.
Yeah. So there's 5 4-0s and a few 3-1s. I will volunteer to go up and play a 4-0. So.
I guess we'll
do that, but
I guess we'll see when the draw comes out for week 3.
Yeah, I think challenge does it automatically, but yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing the Cal. I am 3-1.
Ooh, rather unfortunate there for Jade. That was just rotten luck.
But one of the 3-1s is going to have to go up to play one of the 4-0s. The World 8 in the second seed was kind of trolly.
I
see what you're saying. I think if you just go in the bottom right corner and then check the middle pipe, it's free. But I think I played all 4 forts, so that was.
I couldn't help but notice that you had to play the Air Force tile that was on the final path to get the lock to go to Escalator, which ended up being a red herring anyway.
Yeah, of course. We all know when we see that fort on the final thing, it's pretty rare that it actually builds the final bridge. It happens sometimes, but I never expect it to, so I was just like, alright, I have to play this anyways, I might as well do it.
Also, I'm pretty sure I would have to go back to the VOD and check, but I think there was a fort there was an item on the hand bridge that you ignored. So I can't be completely sure if you did go out of your way for all of the forts.
Let's see. I played the Navy on the first screen, and then I definitely played the tank in the upper left-hand corner, the Air Force on the final screen, and then I came back and played the fort in the bottom right corner. So Jade's about to get the bad news. But looks like she didn't get as tilted as this time. She was saying that World 1 kind of sunk her in the first seed, which is never
Yeah, she
never
ended
what
up.
you want to see. I don't care if you're my worst enemy. I don't want you to struggle early. It just puts a tone to the game and feel kind of bad. But
yeah, it got so bad that there was a game over.
Gotcha.
So that's why there was such a discrepancy in the first race.
Yeah. I am a little disappointed. I told Jade, we were talking before the match, she was in my channel, I told her I was going to go for a lives PB and get all 5-ups, and every time I went for it, it was either a short runway, and even though I still maintained P-speed, it still didn't give me a star and gave me a mushroom every time, so a little disappointed about that, but...
Can't win them all, right?
Right. But I think I'm gonna take off, so wish Jade a GG for me. I've been on for about an hour and a half before this, and there's a lot of Mario that I missed that I'm looking forward to watching. So thanks for doing the commentary solo. I appreciate it, and SpeedGaming for hosting, and Jade for the race, as always, the lovely Angelic Jade. Yeah, that's gonna be it for me. So thanks a lot. Appreciate it.
All right, DannyPSpeed, everybody, make sure to give him a follow. And looks like Jade is about to take their sweet time. We get going in to make sure they are properly armed to the tooth. Taking it nice and slow. Making sure they keep that hammer. Gets through the first part, no problem. Gets through the clip, no problem. Are they gonna go for the clip here? It appears so. Almost. Not quite. Nearly had it. There you go. First try every time, folks. So, don't blink or you'll miss it again. Oh, nearly got roasted by that fireball there, but it was never in doubt. Please get your GGs out for AngelicJade14, because they are about to finish this seed, finally. The official time, 43:21. And we'll see in a moment if Jade wants to hash it out a little. It should be just a moment, folks. But meanwhile, I'll just take this time to say that it's been a very fun and busy day for the Super Mario Bros. 3 Randomizer tourney. And there's certainly more to come. There's still a few races that are coming up that are on the slate coming up in a couple of days, and ones that should be going in just soon. And now we are joined by AngelicJade14.
Hello.
Do we want to just go ahead and rip the Band-Aid off for that first seed?
I tell you what, I said a few words thinking that my mic was muted the entire time. What is that?
I did apologize.
Like after, okay, I took a death to, I can never remember his name. I always call him Balls. But after taking a death to that, to hit a little bit of, issues, and then the game over, it was like full on tilt the rest of the seed. And the rest of the seed wasn't even that bad. It was just that World 1.
Well, at least you can hold your head up high with the second seed, because you played a lot better. It's just that Danny was just on point today.
Danny. I mean, it's Danny. I knew what I was getting into. I mean, I didn't expect to win. I expected to have fun today. Danny is really, really good. I'm average.
There's nothing wrong with being average.
No, not at all. How'd you like the little swag at the end, though?
The clip into Bowser's room. Yeah, I saw that. Nothing wrong.
I had to.
There's nothing wrong with it at all.
Oh, the second seed wasn't too bad, though. I played terrible tonight, though. Nothing like the very first race I had, I played my very best. And the rest of them was slowly getting worse and worse.
Jade, don't worry about it.
It's fun, though.
Yeah, again, your execution wasn't terrible for this second race. It's just, again, you were going up against the buzzsaw somehow.
Hey, I had fun with the seeds tonight. I'd rather not play that first seed ever again. That would be fine. Every level that I despise, I don't play in Warpless at all because they're terrible levels. So I don't play them unless it's in rando, and we got just about every single one of those terrible levels tonight. And I can't get away from 7F2 if my life depended on it. Oh!
Well, look on the bright side. At least there was no Atlantis.
Oh, thankfully. Oh, I saved a P-Wing in my inventory just in case. Fly over that.
Can you actually
to fall? Yeah, you can.
Can you actually fly over that?
Just you have to go down into the water at that last part to go under the pipes to the exit pipe. You can get soft locked up in the very top if you don't go down.
Okay, going back to the first seed for a second, I noticed in World 5 that you played the levels instead of going for the paradox pipe and playing the fort. In playing the fort, why?
Oh, I can't tell you why.
What?
I don't remember.
I'll just assume it was part of the tilt.
Oh, more than like that first seed was all tilt. I was just ready to get it done. I was looking. I was like, all right, Danny's going to finish any minute. And I look over and he did. I was like, yes, I'm halfway through this seed.
Again, you finished the seed too. You're not the ones that's having to hit that button saying, okay, I waved the white flag.
Don't get me wrong, I thought about it. After game overing on the first world airship, I thought about it, but it's like, no, my God, I have to. I cannot submit an hour time if I FF. Because that would be what my time would have been input as is an hour, right?
I'm not entirely sure. I think you would have to check inside the Discord for that.
But I know our times matter in this thing.
Yeah,
especially when
you end up going into that bracket round because it determines the seeding. So, is there any other final thoughts you have?
No, but that was a lot of fun. Thank you all.
No, thank you for putting on a good show.
I hope you enjoyed it.
Well, good luck in the next one. You're now at 1-3, and maybe there will be a better balance to who you face next. Who knows?
I jinxed myself with getting paired up with Danny. I was joking about it in the chat moments before they spun that wheel, and then boom, Danny and AngelicJade. I was like, oh crap.
Well,
I did it to myself.
Well, it's over.
It was fun. Thank you, though, for real.
All right. I think that's going to go ahead and wrap it up for today. But there's certainly more Super Mario Bros. 3 Randomizer Tournament action coming up. At the moment, the next race won't be until Saturday at 9. And that is between Leslie Pro 04 and Pickles and Beer. Marky Mark 679 and Night Shifter should be on the call for that. And the one after that will be the next one after that. Currently on our schedule is Sunday at 10. Demon Battler versus Sharky 2107. Channels have yet to be decided on either of those, but as always, keep an eye out, on SpeedGaming.org for when there's info on that, and if you need to, follow all the channels among the Speed Gaming family, because there's a lot of content that is done on Speed Gaming, even in multiple languages if you need that. But for now, I think that's going to do it for us here. On behalf of our runners, who you should still give a follow, DannyPSpeed and AngelicJade14, my name is The Crazy Dude, and we'll see you next time for more of the Super Mario Bros. 3 Randomizer Tournament. Thank you for watching, everybody!